to make sure they didn't get 2 extra Vine Whips, and they don't! So we get to the Night Slash just in time and take a W off that Venusaur with 1 HP and a Dream. Woo! That was a close one.
Let's settle down, class. It's time for a lesson.
Good morning, class. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a team that works pretty well inside Great League and translating it over to Ultra. So grab a seat and get ready for notes because it's time for a lesson. Just a quick reminder, if you want a better grade in class, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, ring that bell so you can be the first to know when there are new lessons. If you want to see how I battle live and play GBL, please check me out at twitch.tv/SuperScienceSensei. About every day from about 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope to see you guys there. So today's team is going to be a pretty familiar one where we have Shadow Swampert, Primeape, and Skarmory. Now, which one you want to use as the lead, which one you want to use as safe swap can kind of vary and change depending on the situation. Earlier in the season, I kind of had some luck with Swamperts in the lead, though lately I wouldn't 100% suggest that all the time because there are quite a few grass types in the lead and a few things that counter Swampert in the lead. The way that this team works is that Skarmory is a pretty good safe swap. It has high bulk, solid damage, and it just has really good typing. It's not the best one out there. I would say that when Pidgeot's allowed again, Pidgeot probably would replace it. And also Mandibuzz is very, very bulky, but I didn't want to have two things weak to Charm. Primeape we're using because we have that challenge going on, but Primeape is a very strong counter user. It's pretty good in the Ultra Premier meta. I would say Shadow Machamp probably has a bit more play, and Obstagoon uniquely works better as a lead. But Primeape does have a good amount of play and can sometimes sweep teams. Shadow Swampert is a very, very strong, very, very spammy mon. We've talked about it time and time again, and it does lots of damage, so it brings a lot to this team. Let's see how well they work together in tandem. Okay, inside this first match, we have a Swampert versus Venusaur. This is one of the worst possible leads we can have. We instantly switch to Primeape because Skarmory is a better counter, so we want to go to the weaker counter. Primeape can actually outpace Venusaur to moves. They switch out, and we got the boost. So that right there is a reason why people use Obstagoon a lot, and also one of the reasons why Primeape's really nice. Nice Slash, when you get that boost, you can sometimes win games. That Charizard is forced to shield. They're using Dragon Breath, so I know this might be Dragon Claw, but I'm pretty sure I can force both shields or punch it down if they don't shield if I protect my Primeape here. So I go for the shield. I hit this Night Slash. Let's see if they shield it. They do shield, and we hope that we can get to it before... Oh! They try to farm us down. They got a little greedy, and now they're going to pay for it. We hit them with a big Night Slash. That takes out the Charizard. And yes, though they kill our Primeape, we have a Skarmory and a shield. They switch to Empoleon, and this game is over because a singular Earthquake's going to take out the Empoleon. They release that. GG, well played. Yeah, the starter squad is very powerful, but sometimes this team, if you align yourself correctly, you have a chance to win. Okay, next match, we're going up against Kofabu. We definitely don't want the Primeape to see it, so it's better that we see it here. They switch out, and so we go to our Skarmory. We know that the Swampert can deal with the Kofabu, especially with the energy it has stored, as long as you don't take too much residual damage. The thing is here is that Dragonite, even if it lands a Draco Meteor, we shouldn't be dying, so we don't shield. I think Draco Meteor only does like half our life bar. Yeah, Dragon Claw doesn't do that much right here. And so we're going to farm this down. So we got a little greedy there. We probably should have thrown Sky Attack just to force a shield. But because we don't, the Draco Meteor takes us real low, and they actually farm us down. So that's actually horrendous for us. Because if they leave the Kofabu in the back, we're in trouble. So we'll see what they want to do here. They use Kofabu, which is great for us. We didn't sneak a Mud Shot before throwing. So we might be in trouble. Oh, they sneak in a Charm. So those snuck Charms really do add up, especially on something as squishy as a Shadow Pert. And they go to Machamp. Now, the main issue here is that because they're ahead in counters, they could probably waste both of our shields. But because they do have a Kofabu, they probably don't get enough energy to get to a lot of moves. So we are going to shield our Primeape. Now, the Primeape versus Machamp matchup is very good inside Great League, but inside Ultra League, it's a little bit more tilted to Machamp. That's one of the reasons why I think Shadow Machamp especially performs a bit better than Primeape does here. But that's okay. We try our best. We love the monkey. We're gonna use the monkey, and if we ever get that Night Slash, it's actually game breaking, right? We get a Night Slash before we go down, but they're not gonna have to shield it. I don't think. Yeah, they don't. Oh, that's really close. Oh, yeah. Our Swampert was dead. We took too much damage from the from the. Oh man, that was actually funny. Oh man, that was pretty bad for our Swampert. He took too much residual damage. GG. Okay, Swampert versus S Cavalier. This is a pretty good matchup for us. Because we are Shadow, we need a shield, but because we are Shadow, we can kill it with 2 Hydro Cannons. We can threaten with the Earthquake, but we just go straight away for the Hydro Cannons just because we're Shadow. We know that they don't like this. But we do have the shield, and we will beat it to the next move. And if it Acid Sprays us, then oh well. Okay, they throw a Drowan, that's great. We're gonna farm a little bit extra energy, and they do a perfectly timed swap into Kingdra. So this is horrendous for us. That Kingdra is double resistant to water, so even though Shadow Swampert hurts really bad, it's not gonna do a lot. The reason I switched to Primeape here over the Skarmory is because Primeape can actually do well against Kingdra, and more importantly, I feel like with a S Cavalier and a Dragon, I think that the Backmon's probably a Charmer. Just because of how typing generally works, if they go for like an ABC-ish line. If they go ABB, then, you know, maybe I can see the Primeape, but we'll find out right here. You don't mind the use. Okay, so that is not a Charmer. Floof. Okay, good news though, it wasn't a Dragon. But we get to take 1 shield away with this close combat. They do shield, and they throw energy. So we're going to switch and instantly throw with our Swampert, but we got lucky there because they CMP'd us. So now we got to go with our Swampert in. Switch over to our Skarmory, and you saw that we got to the Hydro Cannon. So as long as my Skarmory can hurt the Ampharos down to Hydro Cannon range from a Shadow Swampert, we're going to win this match. It's already hurt a bit from the Primeape's counters, and so we're going to go for the Brave Bird. Even if this kills us, because it's at half HP, I'm pretty sure the Hydro Cannon can kill. It does take us out. I mean, I was hoping that Skarmory was a little bit bulkier, but it is a Shadow Ampharos, so it is going to go down. So GG, well played. Okay, we're going to go up against a Talonflame. This is great, because even though the Sims say that Talonflame can do well against Swampert wins this pretty handily. So we make sure we get to 7 Mud Shots, throw the Hydro Cannon before they get to their move. They don't shield it. They go for the 4th, so because we have excess energy, we're gonna throw our 2 right now. They're gonna have to shield there. They go for 5, so now they have 2 flame charges ready. I shield because they might be going for the insta KO or Brave Bird. They get too greedy here, and they are gonna go for a Brave Bird, or possibly because they have enough energy for it here. So we're just gonna double shield and probably farm it down because they're low enough, and they're gonna need, even if they flame charge here, they're gonna need 2 more before they get to it. So that is a dead Talonflame. They have a Venusaur, and we are close-ish to the Earthquake. I'm going to get there before it gets to the Frenzy Plant by 1. So I am able to throw the Earthquake. That should be a heavily chunked Venusaur. Yikes! And there we go. We get farmed down, though, because they have the energy. And we know our Skarmory doesn't care about the damage. And now we go to our Primeape. Luckily, unlike in Great League, a singular Earthquake will not kill us. We can get a close combat, and that's going to put this Stunfisk in a really bad predicament. Look at that. That bulk on Primeape and Ultra Premier. Magnifique. So we take out the Stunfisk in 1 go, and then we get to punch down the Venusaur. GG, well played. Okay, final match of the set. Swampert versus Venusaur. Once again, horrendous lead for us right there. We switch over to our Primeape again. Once again, the weaker situation here. And they go into Talonflame. So the thing about timing this is we're going to try to get as many counters as possible. And because each Incinerate is 5 turns, we know that it's going to take 15. So because they went for 4, I just decided to get an extra counter in. And now I'm going to punch twice and Night Slash. And then later Night Slash again because I went CMP against Talonflame. This gets me 3 moves. 1, right here again. Oh, they snuck in an Incinerate. That's horrible, horrible, horrible news. But they don't shield, so we're okay. Venusaur comes back in. Venusaur is going to take out our Primeape. We do not shield in this situation. My mirroring went down at that moment. And I let the Primate go down, and I'm gonna farm like a mad lad on Skarmory. They switch over to Stunfisk, and now we have a Swampert. Ooh, baby. Now, though Stunfisk is usable inside Ultra, its stats aren't as deadly as they are in Great because everything gets a little bit bulkier. I use the shield here, even if it can be Earthquake. And the reason why I use the shield there is because the Skarmory can survive any singular move from Stunfisk and get the Sky Attack to kill it from this point. And the Venusaur will also die and not do anything to our Skarmory. The Earthquake doesn't even kill our Shadow Pert. Because we take the damage, we're really low, which is amazing for us. We're gonna take this out, instantly switch over, and then Sky Attack to end this game. GG, 4-1, even with a few horrendous leads. Let's go to the next set. Okay, Swampert versus Galvantula. This is actually pretty good for us, as long as we don't shield the first one. Now, when you go up against Umbreons know that you don't have a bait move that actually hurts them. So a lot of times they don't shield the first one. Knowing that they don't shield the first one, we just go for close combat. If we are going to shield a move, the Snarls aren't going to do much damage to us, even with our defenses lowered anyway. So we just go straight for the close combat after getting some excess energy. So now we can actually throw a Night Slash on this that comes in right here. So we get the Night Slash on the Galvantula. They tank it, they lose half their HP, that's perfectly fine. And they farm us down before we get to the second one, that kind of sucks. We know that our Swampert can absorb that pretty okay. We go into our Skarmory against a Politoed. So look how bulky this Skarmory is. Look how little damage these Weather Balls do. We don't care about Blizzard, we don't care about Earthquake, we're just going to take the moves and we're just going to spam Sky Attacks. The reason why we don't go to the Brave Bird is because Brave Bird will not kill it in one move anyway. So we might as well just use our Air Slashes and Sky Attacks to chip it down. Obviously, it's going to outpace at a certain point, but if we just get excess energy on Swampert and keep our shields up, we're going to be A-okay. We don't care. As you see, the damage isn't the greatest. So we can absorb at least one more. We get to our Sky Attack, but we overtap. Overtapping is so bad in this game right now. It feels bad. We live it though with 1 HP, and they go onto their Spooter. That's really weird. They're low enough to be in Hydro. What the? Okay, I forgot about how that get. Oh, wow. Their Spooter had enough energy to throw a move. I don't know why they didn't shield there, because yeah, even though the Politoed outpaces, it's inside a singular Hydro Cannon range, while our Swampert isn't inside a singular Weather Ball range, right? Yeah, so I'm going to shield in case it is the Earthquake. If they throw right away, I know this for sure cannot be Earthquake or Blizzard. So I should let this through. Oh my gosh, I'm a Pega. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I get to the Hydro Cannon anyway. Didn't want to risk it. Want to play super safe. Get the Hydro Cannon. Kill the Politoed. Take the W. GG, well played. Okay, Swampert versus Gyarados. This is not the greatest matchup. Gyarados is actually kind of a core breaker. Gyarados does pretty well against everything on the team, but luckily for us, Gyarados is also very squishy. Look at how much damage this resisted Hydro Cannon from a Shadow Swampert is going to do. Look at that. That's over 1/3 of its life bar. It's not really appreciating us right now. We can survive an Aqua Tail, and we're going to throw another. And you notice that the Aqua Tail did almost the same damage as the Hydro Cannon, to be completely honest. It's just that the Mudshots do no damage while Dragon Breath is killing us softly. With that said, they seem to have thrown right before we got to it. They might have a little bit of excess energy, but we're going to hope that our Primate can punch it out. Because even though the counters are resisted, Gyarados is very squishy, and with a lot of excess energy on our Primate, we can do a lot of plays. Look how much energy we got. We did lose quite a bit of HP, but with that excess Night Slash, I think we're going to be okay. Looking at the team, they probably have a Stunfisk or a Steel type in the back, because they didn't want to bring it on a Primate. And so we're going to spam Night Slashes on Venusaur, and since we outpace, we should be okay. Oh, it's a Charizard. Wait. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. So they're using triple elemental team. They're ready for element count before we are. We're just gonna take a gamble that this is not Blast Burn. It wasn't Blast Burn. because we were going to just rely on the ape going super hard. This is probably Blast Burn, but because of that, they have no energy. And now the ape has 2 shields, a little bit of reserved energy. We have to shield even though we know it's Dragon Claw, because we need to make sure. So we count 1, 2. Right here, they get to the next move. But we'll win CMP if they don't let us kill them here. They do go down there. We have to save the shield for the Venusaur, right? They have 1 shield left, so we have to get to the second Night Slash in time. Night Slash is 5. Frenzy Plant is 6, 6, then 5. So we have to make sure they didn't get 2 extra Vine Whips, and they don't! So we get to the Night Slash just in time and take a W off that Venusaur with 1 HP and a Dream. Woo! That was a close one. Empoleon. Okay, so this matchup is not the best, but not the worst. I like to build up to an Earthquake, but they switch out, so I throw an Earthquake anyway, just because if they don't shield, their Kingdra's gonna be very sad. But I'm gonna hope I can punch it down before it gets to the Octazooka, which I do. They have a Dragonite, so it's Empoleon double Dragon, a very common line. We have to hope that we retain enough energy on our Swampert to take out the Empoleon. Empoleon kind of hard counters our poor Skarmory, and we are going to need that Swampert to win this game. But we throw a shield here because we know we might be able to make this Dragonite commit another shield with this Night Slash right here. If it commits a shield, that's going to be great for us. If it doesn't commit a shield, that's fine. It does commit a shield, so now it has no shields. And so we leave a shield left for Swampert. We should outpace the Empoleon and get to an Earthquake in time. We don't care about what move it can be. Draco Meteor only does half, so it won't kill us. And it's only Hurricane. Oh my gosh, Hurricane did nothing. Instantly swap over. We have a little bit of reserved energy, so we're going to shield and go for the Earthquake. We need to land the Earthquake to insta-jib this and then take the W. And we do. Right there, I think they would have got the Hydro Cannon, but luckily for us, we got to it like just the turn beforehand. That's a dead Empoleon, and there's no way that Dragonite can do anything. GG, well played. Okay, we're going with our Swampert up against a Alolan Ninetales. So this is not the worst matchup, not the best matchup, and if it's Charm, we definitely don't want our Primeape on top of it. So because it's Charm, we don't want them to sneak in an extra one. So we're trying to like time our fast moves and charge moves correctly. It is kind of rough with the lag nowadays, but you know, we try our best. They still sneak in a Charm there. We try when we talk about it. Sometimes you still can't get it off, you know? They use both shields though, so we have a really good shot of winning here. We are going to shield our Swampert because they're not going to get to another move, and they have a Gothaleaf. And when I saw this, I was like, what move does this thing even have? Question mark. So I switch over to my Skarmory. By the way, it has Rock Slide as a move. Rock Slide, I think Future Sight. Because I'm unsure if this is like a Thunderbolt or something like that, and I don't want to lose my Skarmory. It's a Rock Slide. I'm like, oh, I don't need to shield those. I'm just going to farm this down now. The Rock Slide, as you guys see right here, is not that impressive in damage. We're just going to farm this completely down and have energy to Brave Bird or swap out or whatever the heck we want to do. Let's see what they have. They have a Kingdra, so what we're going to do is first, we're going to throw this so that way we don't take any extra damage because we can't swap yet. And then we're going to Brave Bird to make sure that we can either kill or heavily cripple this Kingdra. We then go over to our Primeape to punch it out. And now, even though they have a Charm Ninetales, that's not going to kill us before we get to our Close Combat. Close Combat is going to do heavy damage because it's neutral damage to this Ice and Fairy type. And bingo bango, we take the W with our Primeape. GG, well played. Confirmed here, guys. Primeape is a counter to Charmers. Primeape is a counter to Charmers. In our last match, Swampert versus, I don't even remember. We got a connection error. Yikes, that is not good. By the time we get back into it, okay, it was a Snorlax then, I guess. Whenever I see Snorlax, I think to myself, this is probably the 6 for Ninja line. Probably Kofabu and a Kingdra in the back. And it is a Kingdra in the back, so they probably have a Kofabu. So right here, right now, we know Primeape is going to be the correct play. Even though the Skarmory resists the Kingdra, um, it is our only option against the Kofabu right now, while our Primeape is going to get thrashed by a Kofabu. So we get the boost, but then they debuff us, so we're back to normal again. We have excess energy, so now we see the Charmer, Kofabu, just like I expected. We throw this, so we die right away, so they get no energy, and we do a sizable 30% damage to it. We die before we get to another move because we have super low defenses, and now we go into our Skarmory. Okay. Yeah, I see those charms are heavily resisted. I'm gonna throw a Sky Attack right when they throw assuming a Meteor Mash. It is a Meteor Mash. All Kofabu's moves are resisted, so we don't mind, we don't care. We just throw a Sky Attack. We didn't throw the full amount of bubbles because we wanted to make sure we were okay. I'm gonna shield here because I know that from moves and damages to Snorlax, this Hydro Cannon is gonna do more damage than Skarmory can do to Snorlax, and as long as the Snorlax is inside farmable range, we're gonna be okay. And they try to farm us down so they can throw 2 moves on the Skarmory, but our Shadow Swampert lives with just 1 HP, instantly kills that Snorlax, and now the Kofabu has no chance as we get to our Sky Attack before it gets to another move, and there should be a GG, so we get a 5-0 on this set. Just to reiterate once again, this team, though it worked well for me on that day, there are times where you will get hard countered, and you know it's not always the best team, but it's pretty nice. What makes the team really good is that you have an answer to steel. You have 2 answers to steel types. You have an answer to flyers. You have an answer to charmers. Skarmory has really good typing against dragons and charmers, but it does suffer against like Talonflames and stuff like that. So you have to be a little careful. When people have Darks in the back, Primeape's really nice. When they have Snorlax in the back, Primeape's really nice. But there are some team compositions where you will get punished for using your Primeape in the incorrect manner. Swampert is a pretty good all-around mon. You guys know it can work as a closer, it can work as a lead like you've seen here. But overall, the team was really fun, and it was very enjoyable to play. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you all next time. Class is dismissed.